It stretches more than 8,000 kilometers from the Pacific to the Atlantic. And this year, the Trans-Canada Highway is marking its 50th birthday. The CBC's Bob Nixon now with the story of one driver driven to celebrate.
Hey, let's get this convoy started. A 1912 Rio, a 1962 Valiant, and a 2012 Camaro, driven by Mark Richardson, who's come cross-country to get to Vancouver.
With this trip, I just go a few hundred clicks, maybe even 100 clicks just in a day, that's all.
In early June, Richardson dipped his tires into the Atlantic at Petty Harbour, Newfoundland. Then he drove west to mark the 50th anniversary since the Trans-Canada Highway was completed. The last link, right here in BC.
But now there are 80 miles of beautiful highway over the Rogers Pass.
It was an epic summer's day back in 1962 for the official opening. The Prime Minister was there to boast
of a further expansion and development in the Canada that all of us love.
Diefenbaker got to fill in the new highway's very first pothole. 50 years later, Richardson drove over that pothole on his way to dip those tires in the Pacific.
A little bit of Atlantic water from Petty Harbour, Newfoundland.
His favorite part, the section between Kamloops and Hope.
Becomes sort of a tourist road. You get stuck behind a lot of RVs, that's what happens. But it is the most beautiful section of the highway, that's for sure.
It wasn't just a long trip, it was also a lonely one, until Richardson picked up his 12-year-old son a month ago.
He plays the same music over and over again.
You didn't like that?
Not when it's his music.
I mean, every time we see it done Volkswagen, he punches me in the arm and says, "Punch buggy." That took me by surprise.
The journey is not quite over. Richardson and son end at mile zero in Victoria next week. Bob Nixon, CBC News, Vancouver.